the magic of the game. We don't get to talk about it on this channel very much. I mean, normally we're talking about the other things that are magic in the game, whether it be nonsense, amazing upsets, this, that, and the other thing. But the actual pure, brilliant football. How many times do we get to lock in on it? Because I'm going to lock in on it right now. I spend too much. I do. I spend too much time on the Prem. So does everybody that speaks English anyways. It's the one that dominates the airwaves. Every one of those games is on TV for me in the morning, on the weekend. They're just right there, straight in the face, beaming through the eyeballs, straight into the noggin. Okay, but La Liga has a chance to deliver an all-time title race. And a crucial part of that, the race for multiple trophies here, is Atletico Madrid. They are set up for something crazy. The type of run that could define the institutional memory of Atletico Madrid forever. Copa del Rey semifinal against Barcelona. The top three teams, obviously the other two being Barcelona and Real Madrid, within a point at the top of the league. Matches against those teams coming up in the league. Champions League quarterfinal against hated rival Real Madrid. Diego Simeone is rising out of the ground for his moment. And the first of this absolute gauntlet. I mean, I don't know exactly when these matches are. I'm going to pull it up because I want to know how quickly they're coming around. Well, there they are. Okay, well, you've got Real Madrid coming up in a week from now, basically. Then one more match, then Real Madrid again. Then right after that, Barcelona. Then you have the second leg of the Copa del Rey semifinal, and then you jump into actual league play where they're just kind of chilling for a little bit, all the way into what will eventually be the Club World Cup. But it's that stretch. It's that stretch. It's Barcelona twice. It's Barcelona three times. It's Real Madrid twice in all these different competitions. And it started with a matchup against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey semifinal on the road against Barcelona. And this story is not just about Atletico Madrid. It's about two teams that put together a spectacle that for the first time in a while made a match that Barcelona and Real Madrid were playing in Copa del Rey absolute must-watch TV. I mean, like Athletic Bilbao winning it was obviously an amazing story, but I feel like the Copa del Rey has been, it's always in Real Madrid's back burner. I always feel like they don't care about it. But I haven't thought hard about Copa del Rey in years outside of that run by Athletic Bilbao. But it produced an absolute masterclass from two teams. It started with an unbelievable open from Atletico Madrid. Just in case you happen to miss this, you should watch the extended highlights, if not the entire match. Because Atletico Madrid scores 40 seconds in. They create a beautiful flowing move and score a goal in the first 40 seconds with a lovely set piece. The type of set piece that would have Diego Simeone is doing backflips in his own mind. It was so beautifully drawn up. Pinged right to the back post. Perfectly timed run. Julian Alvarez is there. Inside a minute, Atletico Madrid has the lead. The only thing this match was missing was the normal finality of a cup match because there is a second leg of this semifinal coming up. And so nobody was going to get knocked out on this particular match day. That would have made it even more amazing. But Atletico Madrid in the lead in 40 seconds. Well, guess what? Bad mistake in possession by Barcelona. If you know anything about Hansi Flick's teams, you know that if there's a bad mistake in possession at the back end of the midfield, they're going to be open, right? Far from the only team where that's the case. Manchester City, please step forward, right? But they turn the ball over at the back end of their midfield. Atletico Madrid puts 1-2 passes together. Antoine Griezmann's got the ball in the back of the net. And all of a sudden, in a little over 5 minutes, Atletico Madrid has a 2-0 lead. And to be perfectly honest, this is the point where Atletico Madrid usually gets beat. They beat everybody else, right? They elevate themselves above everybody that's not Real Madrid or Barcelona. But when all the chips are on the table, what is the thing that happens the majority of the time? Even in the vaunted era of Diego Simeone, where he has broken through and he has won things. But this isn't like a Tottenham situation. But you go into this tie and you're expecting Barcelona to win. I mean, they've got the rising star. They've got the next best player in the world stepping forward on their team. They've still got Robert Lewandowski wandering around out there, and he would eventually get on the field and get involved in this game. They've got a resurgent Rafinha. Right? They're a dangerous team. They're a team that has been humming along way better than honestly I thought they would be doing. And of course, there's all the controversy still swirling around Danny Olmo, but I mean, they are really dangerous. And now they're down 2-0 in 5.5 minutes. So naturally, they come storming back. Jules Koundé with a brilliant run, ball in the back of the net, bingo, bango, bongo, it's 2-1 inside 19 minutes. Which is, I mean, at that point, you're on the edge of your seat. This match went down while I was streaming. It was kind of hard to keep track of because currently I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, so I'm in the middle of like brewing a potion or something, and I'm getting updates that Atletico Madrid is already up 2-0, and then all of a sudden Barcelona has scored. But they could barely tell me that Barcelona had scored in the chat before Barcelona freaking scored again. And it was the way that you never expect Atletico Madrid to concede a goal. And I'm going to be honest, all right? I love the football that was on display in this match. I have no idea what these two teams were doing. It took me a few minutes to get there because I wanted to praise the absolute show and the heart and the leadership and the overall talent of these two teams that they put on. These two teams that played in a way where I really legitimately believe they can win anything in the world. The way they were playing, the quality, the passes, the finishing. It was razor sharp, the movement. What wasn't razor sharp was like the decision making, particularly the coaching. On Atletico Madrid's side, they gave up a set piece to make it 2-2. They gave up like the same set piece again to make it 3-2. Back post header. I don't know how you missed that, especially if it's already happened once. Like, how do you concede it again? Floated ball, back post, just a little too far out for the keeper to get to, lasered in right up against the far post in between the keeper's hand and the post itself. No idea what was going on there. But Barcelona showing some serious heart, some serious determination to get things turned around. All of a sudden, it's 3-2 going into the half. And Barcelona probably should have made it more. Ferran Torres had 2 chances in this game that both should have been in the back of the net. I think he probably thought he was offside on the first one, kind of half-assed the shot, ended up being saved. But he was the only guy that wasn't razor sharp in front of the goal. Speaking of razor sharp, Lamine Yamal, nasty, disgusting, filthy, illegal in 57 countries, violating defenders. Unbelievable ability on display from Lamine Yamal. The 4th goal for Barcelona, watch it. I can't show you. I've run into a DMCA wall, undoubtedly led by Javier Tebas with a sword, right? That one of my videos recently just completely torpedoed. I had to cut 4 minutes out of it. So I'm not going to roll the dice on this one. But Lamine Yamal just shreds a defender, skips by him, and then delivers a stinging cross that Robert Lewandowski could have scored if he fell unconscious as the ball was coming towards him. It was that good of a pass, and it was through the legs of another defender. And it is far from the only time that Lamine Yamal was just dancing by guys on the other team. Megs, just floating. I'm not going to make any grandiose promises about where Lamine Yamal is headed in his career. I'm not qualified to do that. And even if I was, I think that's stupid because so many things can happen. But right now, there have been very few 17-year-olds ever that have looked like that. The man is playing against Atletico Madrid. These are grown-ass men, very well drilled tactically. They are dogs. They are determined. They are skilled. They are strong. It does not fucking matter. Lamine Yamal is just better than them. He just goes right by them. Hot knife through butter, like they're not even there. He does it over and over again. He floats inside. He floats outside. It seems like in the key moments that can decide games, everything that needs to be inch perfect from him is inch perfect. And he's confident. He makes the move and then pumps up the crowd. He's involved in the game. He's like the heartbeat of the offense of the team. Sure, Rafinha put some moves on too. He's nasty. Can't believe he played for Leeds at one point. Feels like a fever dream. He's really come into his own. He was an excellent signing for Barcelona, but there is a difference. There's just a difference in feel, and then when you remember the kid is 17, you have to, you just continuously have to pick your jaw up off the floor. If you were not watching a lot of Barcelona this year, I'm just warning you. You're missing out. Not a lot of people look like that. Hopefully he goes on to have, play 20 more years. Hell, if he plays as long as Ronaldo, he's got 23 years left. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's going to stay healthy and be able to get through all of that. But even if his legs fall off tomorrow, he's already gifted us with spectacular plays and a highlight reel that most players would be jealous of. I wanted to use the fourth goal, obviously, to just talk about how ridiculously good Lamine Yamal was in this game and how consistently ridiculously good he is, whether he's showing up on the score sheet or not, just his ability to threaten the other team. His ability to do what is, the second hardest thing to do in football outside of actually scoring goals, which is just go by people in all different sorts of ways. But Atletico Madrid was not done. That's why this match was so particularly special. Barcelona had another chance or two to maybe put this game away, and they probably should have. Because unsurprisingly, Barcelona is just a little bit better than Atletico Madrid. But they are determined. And they are invigorated with the spirit of a manager who is one of a kind. And they scored in the 84th minute. A nice little cutback that was just chipped in. Lazy defending from Barcelona, leaving the top of the box completely wide open. Late close down ends up deflecting the ball into the corner. And then, inexplicably, Barcelona makes the same error that Atletico made. Lapse in judgment. Failure to think about what moment in the game you're at. That or just a poor decision in that moment. Because in the 93rd minute of 5 minutes of stoppage time, up a goal, Barcelona gets caught in what is essentially an attempt at an offside trap with 70 yards behind them. Atletico Madrid springs it and has like three guys barreling towards the goal. They nearly botch it and accidentally go offside. And Sorloth scores it to make it 4-4. Which, I'll chalk that up as a win for Atletico Madrid. Although they're definitely disappointed that they blew a 2-0 lead in 5.5 minutes. And Barcelona's disappointed despite the fact that between the 19th minute and like the 70th minute, they ran the game and scored. They outscored Atletico Madrid 4-0. And Atletico Madrid came back and scored 2 more goals anyways. It is very rare that you have a match where both teams are pissed that they didn't win. And that is exactly what we had in this Copa del Rey semifinal. And this video was an homage to just an absolutely brilliant, entertaining, talent-filled mess of a game that I hope is replicated in the second leg. It does not come around for a while. It will be on April 2nd. And that's good, because after April Fool's Day, we're going to have to get serious. And hopefully we get serious with a match that is at least a shadow of what just happened on Tuesday. Holy. If you missed it, watch it. Go watch it. Cinema. Absolute cinema.